I have now tidied up my craft room, and just to show you what I've done, you come in the door, I've got my laces all in the boxes there, in those 6 things, ones I use the most. That's another crammed full, another one, and the bottom has got material and lace. On the wall I've got a hanging that Caroline sent me, and one that's fell over behind the door that I made myself. Those 2 I made myself. Up here is a couple of things that people have sent me. The dresser I made myself, the wedding dress I did myself. That is a banner someone sent me ages ago. Come Away With Me album that I made. Most of these are, I've got projects on YouTube of what I've done with these. This is a dress form dummy. It does light up actually, but I haven't switched it on. And Love album, that is an exploding box. That's my mum and dad. Here's the important bit of my craft room, my little fridge to hold my milk, my kettle, and my tea caddy and sugar, and my cup. That's a sewing box with all my sewing bits in, and my sewing machine. Sitting on the sewing machine is a rag doll I made a few weeks ago. Next to that is my scan and cut. In the dressers here I've got, these are just some of my dies with my melt gun and heat gun, and melt pot, all sorts of bits in there. And under here are stamps and more. In the other 2 drawers that I can't get into, there's stamps and older stuff that I don't use that often. That's full of my dies. It's quite heavy actually. Full of dies that I use a lot. Then I've got my Big Shot. Underneath my Big Shot is my drawer with all my glues, embossing powders, whatever. Another drawer with all my tapes and stuff. This bottom 2 drawers are full of punches. That's my scan mats at the side there. This is all my bits and bobs for pocket letters, bits of card that I keep in case I need them. Underneath the desk is projects I'm working on at the moment. My scoreboard there, and my Stampin' Up trimmer and gift bag maker and envelope maker. I can't remember what that was. And this is all things I'm working on at the minute. Under here is a box with cutouts, die cuts in, and this one's got moulds for my melt pot, and I've got my small guillotine, which is handy all the time. Above that I've got my stick and stay, stick it spray, whatever, the glues that I'm using at the moment, a small scoreboard and some pads for stamping, my inks and Tim Holtz inks and things. That is all my glitters and Mod Podge and different glitters and embossing things. Up the top, that all holds my trinkets and different bits and pieces. Along the top in the little jars I've got all my trinkets and stuff. Now I've got a big tub of buttons, a tub full of ribbons. Then that's my workspace. I've got, at the moment I'm using those punches at the back, so I've got them going. Then got obviously my wet wipes necessary in the room, my little Stack at the back has got my little sprays and different bits in. That's my little sapphire and the sprays and my tools that I use. There. Some of them. My television. Then you've got in here, I've got all my packing bags, a hammer. I don't know what a hammer's for, but... And in here is all my mixed media stuff. And all my glue, some more glues. Mixed media tapes, different bits. In the bottom also. That holds more tools. That's my rubbish bin. I've then got my big trimmer and guillotine. That is a project for photos that I'm doing. Round to my computer, which is there. Above the computer is the lady's diary box that I made, and a clock, and my mum and dad. These boxes are what my friend gave me. Brilliant. And I've got, in all those drawers, it's got all the different A4 papers that I used for my wedding invitations that I make. Except in this drawer here, it's full of beads that I use on the, that I get off Scrimpies. Full of beads that I get from her. These ones. That one's got papers in, that's got papers in. That has got wedding papers in. Can't show you these because I've got wedding invitations and they're not. Well, that is, above there I've got my new G45 pads. That's a basket of odds from G45, and that is a needle book that Janet Stokes made me. Love it. And I've got all these drawers as well, bits in. This one, these here, I've got all Fernley, let me show you, Fernley design wooden bits in. They're the some bits in there. I've used most. I've got a keep calm and keep stamping that someone's, I think it was Charlotte, sent me this week, and I hung there. That's my silhouette cameo. Glasses. That's to remind myself who I am. My iPad glasses again. This is a project that I'm, some canvases that I'm working on. Got to be finished yet. Then I've got Stampin' Up pads in a case from Fernley Designs. I've got to collect more Stampin' Up pads, I love them. That's my e-bosser. Under my e-bosser is all my strand pearls, different pearls, hat pins, more pearls and bits. In here is more lace and ribbon and stuff. In the bottom drawer is all Fernley Designs, bits and bobs. This I got from Viv in the week, all ready to be used. And then in there is all my 12 by 12, well, not all of them, 12 by 12 papers, 8 by 8, 6 by 6. In the next is more 12 by 12s, and in the end under my printer is paints and all the stuff I want for multimedia things. Above that is another, and I'll stand up. Above that is another shelf with some things I've made. That's my printing paper. These are boxes that I'm going to alter. My Stampin' Up stuff. That's a graphic 45 notebook I made. This is my mum. I made a box of her. That's a card I made recently. The dresser behind is something I did a little while ago. These are from Casey Kins. I've got two, and the candle. The other one's hanging up in my spare room with some bits and pieces in. This is an album I've just recently made. Up there is Amanda sent me to hold stick pins. There's an explosion box next to that I made. And that box there holds 3 albums that I've got to finish yet. Terrible. Then I've got my dominoes on here. 2 boxes of dominoes that I got at the charity shop for altered dominoes. Then there's my e-bosser stuff there. In here is all, I don't really use them that often because I make paper flowers, but I've got a few flowers, not many. These have got like specially beads and things in, like those. Oops. On their flowery ones. Here is my second file that I made of all my pocket letters. Number 2. I've had to put some in the other room because I haven't got the room for it all. This is all more boxes of handles, embellishments, buttons, and in this one I've got sticker pads and more embellishments. Forgot that was in there. It's quite a nice one actually. And in the bottom one, whoops, is all my silver and gold foil papers. I think that's about it really. So I'm panning out a bit. That's my room in all its glory. Oh, under here, that's all Graphic 45 papers that I'm sort of making pocket letters and different bits and pieces out of. But there we go. I think in the drawers there's more papers, and in this one I keep all my plain 12 by 12 so that I'll go and pick a colour I want at any point to use on whatever. But that's my craft room, all in its glory. But it's actually a bit tidier than normal. My next thing is that I'm going to be decorating. I was moving actually into the other room when I decorated it, but decided to stay in this room. So we're going to redecorate this. I'm getting rid of these cupboards and putting more shelves and things in, and also getting rid of the carpet because everything sticks to the carpet. And even though I've hoovered, you can see there's bits of paper stuck on it. Anyway, that's it. Usually my dog's here by my side, but she isn't. Molly, where are you? Molly? No, she decided to go downstairs. Anyway, that is my room. Thanks for watching. Now, if I showed you this video tomorrow, it would look even worse.